Hello, welcome back to my channel, Millennial Teacher. I'm Jessica. I teach Spanish 2, level 2 to 9th and 10th graders here in Houston. So I wanted to show y'all my Pear Deck for this week. There are really great tutorials about how to use Pear Deck. I can make one as well. I just felt like there's already a lot out there. So I could, if you want me to, let me know. But otherwise, I just wanted to go through what I'm doing with Pear Deck. And this was what I had for this week. Here on the left, I have the student view. And then here on the right, I have the view of the teacher. And this is, so the teacher has two different views. You can show your dashboard, which is where you see the students' names, or you can show the projector, where if you want to show the students' responses, there are no names. So if you want to just talk about a student's response without putting them on the spot, you can show the entire class and it's all anonymous. So that's what I have. I have the projector on the right, and then I have the student view on the left. When the students first join, they are asked how they're feeling today, and they can put whatever they want, or they can skip it. What's cool about this, though, is that in the teacher view, in the dashboard view, you can see how they're feeling. So you kind of can get a sense of why they may not be so participative or what's going on. Right now, it's not in student paste. I could put it in student paste right here on the bottom right, but I don't want it to be in student paste so that I can have the slides going at the exact same time. So as the teacher, I move forward, and then I always ask them to start with a question. I always ask them how they're doing to start. So here's just a fill in the blank question, and I like to use Bitmojis, and of course I get my slides from SlidesGo. I really like their slide templates. And then here it's a drawing slide, but what's cool about drawing slides is that you can insert text. So it's not exactly a drawing slide. So he comido mucho, sí, en general, helado, no? Okay. So they could answer all of these questions. What's cool about it is you can lock their screen, and once it's locked, or you don't have to, it doesn't matter really. It's up to you. And then here you can show the answers. So these are all of the answers from one of my classes. This is what they all did. So it's pretty cool. Then I can move forward, and here I threw in a Google survey because I like to know their opinions. I wanted to ask them how they think classes online are going, and if they had any recommendations, and if they liked Pear Deck, and everyone said they liked Pear Deck, so that was good. And I just really like this about Pear Deck because I just figured out that one of the options when you're inserting a question is that you can insert a website. And I didn't really know what that meant until I watched a webinar last week or 2 weeks ago with Matt Miller, and he said that you can embed documents. So you can embed Google Docs, and a Google form if you like. So here, this is just the student view, so they didn't need to click on a link to leave, and they don't leave the Pear Deck. They're just all in one spot, which is nice. So they did that, then they can just submit it. Here's the same thing, it's all embedded. I just embedded Flipgrid. Last week they made some videos with Flipgrid, and then this week I wanted them to comment on other students' videos. So that's what I have them doing here, and again, they don't need to leave Pear Deck to do that. No clicking on links, no external tabs open. So here, have you listened to music? So they grab their little dot and they can move it. Let's see, the majority said yes, and I think this person meant that they listened to it more than normal people, or the majority of people, the average person. All right, then here, have you listened to music about the coronavirus or quarantine? I asked this because I've seen a lot of videos and a lot of bands coming out with music about this, so I just thought it was kind of something interesting, and that's what we're doing in class today, so I thought it was a good opener as well. And then we can see their responses, and the majority said no. In all of my classes, the majority said no, so I was really surprised because I thought it was like a thing, and it's not a thing. So then I said we're going to listen to a song, but first I wanted them to read this article. So again, this article is just embedded in the Pear Deck, so they don't need to click on any external links. And then this is just about the song that I'm going to have them listen to, and then what's about the two groups. They're two Peruvian groups that work together to make this song about staying at home during the quarantine, which I thought was really cool. So it's good culture, good exposure, good practice. This article is pretty short, which is why I really liked it, and it's got some really good information in it. So that's why I chose it. So here's just reading an article, no answering anything. And then here, I asked them to make a circle of the true statements and then cross out the false statements. So here on the bottom left, we're still in text because we left off in text in the first slide that we did where it said students draw anywhere. So here they have to choose. Here they can make it thinner or bigger or smaller. They can choose the color, and then they're just gonna go ahead and circle or X out, whatever. I like Pear Deck though, because if it is in student paced, they can go back. So maybe they saw that article and were like, I'm not gonna read this. But then they get to this slide and realize, oh shoot, I should have read that. So then they can just go back to this slide, they can read the article, and then they can come back to this. So that's nice. Let's see their responses. So they decided to do a square, rectangles instead of circles. And there we go. And then my response will be on the bottom. And it's also fun because you can like watch in real time almost what the students are doing. Then here I asked them to show me the country that they were from, the band was from, so they just moved this little, ¿cómo se llama esto en inglés? Flag. They moved the flag. And then you can see their answers here. So, okay, that student I guess didn't really look into it. And you can choose the different layouts. So this is one layout where it's pretty easy to see for this type of question, but sometimes you want to see it individually like this, or you can see it in a list like that. Right, and then here I just put in the song for them. So again, this is all in Pear Deck. They're still here. And then they listen to the song. And then we go on. And then I just asked them to write in what they understood about the song. So, entendido, blah, blah. And then I can show the responses. Si quitamos la cuarentena, podemos escuchar like stay in your house, etc., etc. I need to make sure that I'm more specific on my async days because why are they writing in English? That was not an option. And then this is my answer here at the bottom. And then I think you can still see if I still keep writing, you can see it in real time, which is really fun to watch. And then here I just asked them to translate a couple words that I thought were more difficult for them to understand maybe, and that were very important to the song, to understanding the song. And here the same. So I'm not asking them to do the whole sentences because I know that they know all these words, just the words in bold, because I know that those ones are maybe some that we haven't seen or the verb tense that they haven't seen yet. So I just want to make sure that they're understanding. And then here I gave them the lyrics to the song, and then here they can listen to the song. The other thing about this with Pear Deck is that you can only embed one link or website at a time. So on this document or on this Pear Deck slide, I decided to embed the lyrics, but then they do need to go to YouTube to watch the video, which isn't ideal. Maybe Pear Deck's working on changing that, but either way, it's still pretty cool. Then here I asked them to write 2 new words and then draw their meaning. So again, here they've got the text box. I don't know. Oof. And then that means light. Oh, I didn't know I can do that. They can just change the color. Cool. And then here they could draw. I'm not a very good drawer. This is a little lamp. I guess that's not exactly what I wanted, but you know. I'm not an artist. And then here you see their responses. I love these prompts because they enjoy them as well. But these are a lot of fun to share out to the class, and they're fun to look at. So even if they have a little bit of errors, you know, it's just fun. It's just fun to see. Oh, they deleted their response. La culpa. That means the fault, like they're at blame. Those are funny. Okay. So here, did you like the song? So I like to wrap it up just with the song. My last slide is always check the website for homework. So that's what I did for Pear Deck this week. Our synchronous class, we just had a class conversation and we used breakout groups with Zoom. So I'm just experimenting a little bit with that. I like Zoom a lot, but that's for another day. So if you want to collaborate or if you have any other ideas or you want to let me know what you're doing in your classes, I would love to hear from you. Okay, bye.